All right, here we go. 6/8, June 8th. I've got some really cool stuff to share with you guys today. And I think I'm going to do a little tutorial for you as well. A lot of people have been asking me about prompting in ChatGPT. Like they see the copy that I'm getting out of ChatGPT that is really, really spectacular. And they want to know how I'm getting it. So I wanted to do a little tutorial on that. And then also show you just kind of like start to finish how you can generate leads. And a lot of people have been asking about Kartra. So I will do it in Kartra live, set up a lead generator for you and show you the whole process. So it's really, really pretty cool. But before we do that, anybody got anything you want me to address? Any pressing issues? Richard, go ahead. You're muted there, Richard.
You muted me. We were talking before the
yeah, I've made sure I've muted everybody to get the recording started.
Remember we did that Yarborough real estate website,
yes.
And she's finally coming back online, and she's at a point where they're getting ready to want to make that thing live. And Edwin had some very specific questions about getting it live and that sort of stuff. So what I'd like to do is just turn him loose with you to answer the questions that he has, so we can get that site up and running.
Okay.
So this is my son Edwin John.
Hey John, how you doing?
We've met before.
Absolutely.
So.
How you been?
Good.
My just basic question is the fact that because you're hosting the site for us, most of my experience with hosting is with WordPress engine, and they have multiple environments because basically I need to go into, and with the help of ChatGPT and SEMrush, yada, 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 come up with new pages and new copy I need to write. But while I have the backup of the current site downloaded to my computer as a zip file, is the hosting that you guys do, is there a way to have a production and a staging environment, or is it just the production?
We can set up a staging environment for you.
Okay.
It's a separate environment, and then it swaps over to take the place of the live one when you're ready.
Right, you switch back and forth, like I say, and I don't know how you guys do that. Is it a separate login or something? Because on WordPress, it's just got it's here's your 4 environments, and you can just choose kind of at will to switch which one's the live version.
Yeah, okay, it's the same way.
Okay, so yeah, then I would just maybe Richard can get me that information so I can see how to log in and learn how to do that on the back end. Because again, I want to just keep the old one in the staging environment so that I can kind of scrap it for parts as I'm building the, because we got the basics parts down, but I need to do all the boutique stuff, all the local area guides and stuff like that. And I want to reuse some of that.
Okay. Copy. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Yeah, that was really just it. I just need to, again, maybe you can show Richard, I got to go run and go do some other stuff. Maybe you can show him how to log that in, and he can show me or something, or
okay.
At some point.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay, cool. That was my big question.
Well, that was easy.
All right.
All right, Alice.
John, you sent me the link. John, you sent me the link to the website, but you never sent me the login for the new website. So send me a support ticket with a login or whatever. Maybe we can set up a time where you can walk me through it if it's required to walk me through it or whatever.
Okay, yeah, just put a ticket in there and then I'll respond back to it. No problem.
Thank you, John.
Sure.
John, yeah, thank you. Actually, I hope I'm in the right group, because all this advanced technology we're talking about, but my basic question is still going back to the seminar you did, the find the ideal customer, the customer avatar.
Sure.
So I think I mentioned about it to you yesterday, when you were in that program. So
you're absolutely in the right spot. We cover pretty much everything on here. So
I mean, definitely ChatGPT is a fantastic, to learn. Yeah, thank you. So anyway, I mentioned about it that I have so many buckets, because I'm in wellness and weight management. After that seminar you did some time ago, so I focus more on the wellness, on the weight management. That's the bucket,
Okay.
So how do I reach, because that bucket is also huge. Is there anything I should really focus on, and how to do the research as you suggested, or maybe spy on someone?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's something that everyone needs to know. Whatever the product is that you're selling, like let's use weight loss as a perfect example. In the weight loss, you are going to have buckets inside that bucket, and they're called segments. So when you're trying to figure out who you're doing your marketing campaign for, the first thing is to segment and figure out how many different segments that you have. And in weight loss, you have a tremendous amount of them. You have the people that are over a certain age limit that are starting to put pounds on, and they don't know what happened. Nothing else changed. It's just age. You've got young people that have weight issues. You've got women that are getting ready to go to their 20-year class reunion, which I use as an example a lot. So you've got all these different buckets, and your product or your service will probably serve every one of them. But what's not going to serve them is your sales technique to sell it to them. That's where you need to segment, and that's where you need to create messaging for each and every one of them. And then when you go to do advertising or you spend money to attract them in, you have to make sure that your advertisement is to a specific avatar and you lead them to a specific page. Because if you don't, your message will be broken, and then you'll spend money to drive traffic to that message and it won't work. And then it'll just be really expensive. And nobody wants expensive advertising. You want high converting advertising. And that's really the only way that you can get high converting advertising that winds up being very inexpensive. So segmentation is always the key to finding your avatar. And you might have 50 different avatars. You might have 50 different segments. That is okay. But when you think about this, like the weight loss business, the whole thing is like an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you have to be picky about which bite you're going to take first. And I always say, go for the most profitable segment first. Now, this has kind of come up over the last so many calls about what is profitable. A lot of people, when I say go for the most profitable bucket, they immediately think, okay, which one can I get the most money out of, and have the fewest clients and just make a killing. And to me, that's not really the most important thing about a profitable segment, because I've dealt with customers that are very, very profitable. I mean, they make me a lot of money, but I don't really like them. They're not nice people. And, it's almost like cutting a deal with the devil. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of money, but you're going to pay the price to get it. And I don't like that. When I look at a profitable segment, I look at the one that is the easiest for me to penetrate, that will bring me a good return. So it's basically people that I like to work with, people that I like to be involved with. So that to me, that's kind of more important than the money factor. But I get that a lot of people are just getting started, and you've got to make ends meet. So you might have to cut that deal with the devil originally to make your money just to get through. But again, you have a lot of opportunity moving forward. Business isn't a snap your fingers and all of a sudden now your business is complete and done and it's going to last forever. It's not like that. It's constant testing and trying and reviewing and moving. You're always going to be moving your needle in business. Otherwise, you're going to be going the wrong direction. You're going to be stagnant and sliding down to the point of devastation. But the most important way to move forward is to identify a profitable market, create a message for it, and then sell to it and make your first dollar. If you haven't made your first dollar yet, that's key number one. And the faster you can do it, the faster you'll move forward. Because once you make the first sale, the second one's going to be a whole lot easier. And then it becomes a game, and then it becomes fun. And once you master that first bite of the elephant, and you're like, okay, I can serve this bucket really well. I know this avatar. I know what they want. Just put them in front of me, and I'm going to sell to them. And then you just take that system and you clone it. And you just set it over to the side and you say, okay, this is my next bucket. This is my next avatar. What do I need to change about the messaging? And it might be very slight. You've already figured out a lot of the emotional triggers, a lot of that stuff. So you just tweak it slightly. And now you have a whole new person to talk to, whole new person to attract in. So that is, a lot of people, they want to rush in and they want to, take the whole market down. And it winds up, they get exhausted. They get overwhelmed. They never get anything up and running. And eventually they give up and they say, well, it didn't work. So I don't want you to get to that point. That's why I want you to eat the elephant one bite at a time so you don't get indigestion and wind up in the hospital.
Thank you. Thank you for the key points, because, I always think about, when you say profitability, for my product is almost the same profitability, so
Yeah.
it's kind of a hard to identify. But now you're talking about segment, and that is a definitely important concept for me to implement. And also, I've been very lucky to bring in a lot of dollars, okay, in my business. But the thing is, I try to see what can be systemized. And you just mentioned about the system, and definitely that will, keep my hands free, most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you figure out how to sell to a particular avatar, you can automate that. You can build an evergreen system that then all you have to do is just feed it with fresh prospects, and it'll do all the work for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Automated business. I mean, the world that we live in right now, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I mean, if you look back 20 years ago, what we have as opportunity right at our fingertips didn't exist. The automation of business, the idea that you could go in and have a highly functional, highly profitable business with little to no overhead, it just didn't really exist. The whole internet and the digitizing of information and the digitizing of services and the digitizing of sales. The internet it's a world of digitization. And it's just getting more and more advanced. It started off with digitizing mail. And then it started with digitizing information, digitizing brochures, digitizing sales, digitizing your whole product catalog.
It's even more than that in some cases, John. We had literally three over the last many decades. We've had three businesses where each time we've rolled out a launch, it was so successful that we gave 3 presentations for a school for a program that was designed for teachers to use in their classroom. After the 3rd presentation, we had over 525 orders. So almost a third of them were for the whole school system, not just a classroom or a school. And at that point, we're looking at, okay, how do we print that much documentation, get them combined, get them in a box, all that stuff. So it's made businesses that literally weren't possible before possible. You're absolutely right.
And a perfect example of just changing the messaging. I know most of you have heard me talk about the software that we sell to SEO professionals called SitePop. Basically it's a software as a service type of thing. It's a SaaS software for SEO, search engine optimization. And usually I sell that through a referrer, an affiliate. They will get their group of people and they'll put them on a webinar with me. And then I sell it and I give them the affiliate commissions. So I just did one last week, and this was to the Go Mobile community. And I always ask them, I say, who's your audience? How do you want me to spin this? And Damien said, he goes, well, most of my people are agencies. They're looking for stuff to sell, easy stuff to sell. You know, they're almost all of them are agency owners. He said, and I told him, I said, I have 3 versions. I've got the basic, I've got the pro, and I've got an agency version. And he said, you know, I don't even think you need to talk about any of them but the agency. So I opened up my presentation in PowerPoint and I altered, I think, maybe 4 or 5 slides. And I altered it in the whole presentation. I just spoke to the agency version of it. I talked about all the benefits of the agency version of it, all that, and it sold like hotcakes. Now, when it actually came down to the offer, I always present, you know, the agency and then the downsell of it, which is the non-agency version. And out of, I think they got about probably close to 40 sales off the webinar. And I think only 2 of them were not agency sales. So if I were shooting that presentation down the middle of the road, I probably wouldn't have gotten near as many agency sales. And those are the higher level sales. So I would have totally blown it. So understanding your market, understanding who your avatar that you're speaking to, and gearing the presentation to them is super important if you want high conversion. So 40 sales out of an audience of about 100 people, that's a pretty good conversion. You know, especially when you're talking about, you know, a $500 product and $200 a month ongoing. That's a really, really good conversion ratio.
Great. Doctor, how can I get your, you know, your service or your advice further? What's the contact information you have? I know we are unalignable, but you know, I just wonder what kind of a,
you can email me at John@Internet Dominators. Anybody on Alignable, you can contact me through Alignable. There's a chat in there that goes right to me.
Yes.
Any of you that are on the other system, the Internet Dominator system, there's a ticket system in there you guys can use. So there's lots of ways to get a hold of me. Just raise your hand and wave at me.
Thank you.
I tell everybody I'm too big to hide, so I don't get away with that very well. Maybe I need your weight loss program.
I was going to say, but I don't want to. But definitely, you know, welcome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, John. I really appreciate your advice. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jim just put the email in the chat for you, so just copy it right out of there. Thanks, Jim. Awesome. All right. So anything else, or you want to talk about something exciting? Not to say that your stuff isn't exciting. So what I meant by that is I've got programmers that are always working on stuff. Like I've got a lot of ideas and I have programmers at work. I rarely talk about the stuff until it's proven itself. And we just had one that came to light and it has proven itself out. And it works in 2 different ways. And this is for lead generation. This is using AI to data mine and do lead generation. Now, most of you have heard of retargeting, where you put the pixel code on your site and then people that come to your site gets pixeled, and then you can pay to run ads in front of them. And that's been very effective. We have a lot of customers that use that, and it's very inexpensive advertising, and it follows your customers around with banners. So they get to see those banners, like they go to a website that has banners and your ad will display. And what that does for you it gets you in front of people that you know are interested because they were already on your website. It's expensive to get them to your website in a lot of cases to begin with, but then if you don't get them to opt in, you wasted that expense and you have no way to communicate with them. So the retargeting allows you to follow them around with your banners as a way to invite them back so you can get them to opt in for one of your marketing campaigns. This gives you the opportunity to share information with them and start to build a relationship where you can turn them into a customer. So it's a really cool thing. It's not new. That's been around for quite some time. But the spin on it that we just came up with was, what if we could get their email when they visit your website? And then take that email and pipe it right into Kartra as a hot lead and have Kartra start a follow-up sequence of emails out to that person based on what they looked at on your website. That would be pretty cool. Well, that's what the programming team has put in my hands. And it gets even better. There's another version of it that is doing the same data mining from live search on the internet. This is not people that have ever seen your site. This is people that have done searches on search engines online for particular keywords. We're able to grab their email address, and not only their email, their name and their mailing address. So any of you guys that are in the direct mail business, I don't know if any of you are, but this is going to be like meat and potatoes for a direct mail guy to know who's searching for what and have access to their mailing address. That is like gold. And for the digital marketers to have their email and be able to follow up based on the search term that they just searched for. I don't know if, is anybody just like their head just about exploded?
Remember, John, we worked with Gary Halbert.
So this is some really interesting stuff, and it gets around a lot of the problems with pay-per-click. Like if you're in an industry with sensitive material, pay-per-click, it's hard to buy traffic for a lot of different industries. Like if you're in the marijuana industry, or if you're in Rogers industry, or you're in guns and ammo, or, you know, anything that
Or ours.
yeah, that's what I said, Rogers industry. So anything that the powers to be frown upon, it's hard to buy traffic for those. It always has been. Casinos, anything that is like on the edge, they just don't like to sell traffic to it. So this gets around that. We're getting the data of who's interested. It's like somebody goes to a search engine, they're basically telling us, hey, I'm looking for XYZ. And if we have XYZ, why would we not send an email out to that person offering XYZ? We don't have to tell them, hey, you know, we mined your data because we saw you searching. That's a little creepy. So I would not take that approach to it. But sending them a cold email that someone could consider spam, right? This could be considered spam. I don't consider it that. I've been doing email campaigns for a very long time. And when I started out, my very first email campaign was absolute purebred, unadulterated spam at the highest level, and nobody knew. And I got 0 complaints, and I sold a shitload of product. This was, I mined the data out of AOL. And my first goal was to sell golf products for a big client of mine, the Roger Dunn organization. And they had a bunch of products. They didn't want to advertise them because they were out of date, and they didn't want to flood the market, but they still wanted them moved. So what I did, I went into AOL. I had a programmer write me some code that would data mine AOL's database. And I said, I want to find all the profiles on AOL that have golfing in them. And back then I wasn't sophisticated enough to use mail merge or even know what that was. So I said, and then I want you to give me all the people named Bob and Joe and Jack and John, and give them to me in a text file. So I actually went out and I bought a baby book, how to name your baby, because I ran out of names in my head. And I went down the baby names and I just gave them every name in the baby book. Give me all these people that like to golf. And I sent an email out to Bob. I said, hey, Bob, I'm an AOL member just like you. I was browsing the profiles and noticed that you like to golf. I'm a golfer too. And I just came across this really cool product. I thought I'd share it with you. And guess what? I got 0 complaints. All Bob did was say, thanks, that's awesome. And he went and bought the shit. I did that for several years. 0 complaints, figuring out how to work a system. And when I ran out of golf gear, I started selling fishing stuff. And I did that multiple times with multiple different companies. And it was awesome. But it was totally under the radar. Yes, it was pure, absolute, unadulterated spam, but done in a non-spammy way. This goes back to figuring out who you're talking to and speaking the right language. I didn't decide all of a sudden that Bob needed Viagra just for the hell of it. You know, that got a lot of people in trouble because that is spam. What I did was I consider that target marketing, figuring out what someone is interested in and helping them find it. I was just helping Bob find some cool stuff that I knew he would like. It was a little bit of a white lie in there because the only time I've hit a golf ball is with a baseball bat. So, but, you know, you do what you got to do, right? But again, I never got any complaints doing that. So I believe that this technology, in the right hands with savvy marketers, they will probably be able to use it very easily with no complaints and just get thanked for the service that's being provided, finding what you want. I mean, the person, if you think about it, they went to the search engine for one reason. They wanted to find something. So you're just showing up at the right place at the right time. You can call it the law of attraction if you wish. It's like, that's the way I believe they're going to feel. Oh my God, I just thought of this. And all of a sudden, you know, Jim showed up with a cool offer. That's awesome. Jim's my best friend now. You know, it's like the maternity dress. That woman made so much money because she showed up at the right place at the right time. She was one step ahead of that expectant mother every step of the way for 18 years. She knew exactly what she was going to need, when she was going to need it, and she showed up to be helpful. And she sold product for 18 years just by following that simple system. So pretty cool stuff. And the other part about this that's really cool is these leads. This is not like paying for clicks. This is not like you pay for a bunch of clicks and maybe somebody opts in and then, you know, maybe 1 out of 100 of those will buy something. This is not like that. You could wind up spending thousands of dollars for an opt-in with pay-per-click. What this is, they don't have to opt in. All they have to do is raise their hand with a search intent, and we've got their email. They've already opted in. They just didn't know it. And we can generate these for under $2. Under $2 a lead. I am presenting this to Kartra to try and get them to do an integration or a one-click integration, and we can connect the technology to the Kartra lead platform, where it will import the lead automatically, put a tag on it, fire a sequence to follow up.
So are we buying the leads per lead, or are we buying access to the software to generate the leads at a lower price than $2 each?
It will be, you'd be buying the leads. You'd just be using the software to do it. So, and I know at least I need a bunch of beta testers to test this thing out.
I'm in.
And
Me too.
I know as far as
We're
the beta
here.
testers go,
Man.
the beta testers will get basically free access to the software to buy the leads all you want.
Oh, wow.
And that will pretty much be a lifetime lock-in deal. Now, as creative and crafty as I am, I'm going, and this is something for you guys to learn from. You're going to watch what I'm about to do. And I hope this gives you ideas for stuff that you can do yourself. I have, over the years, I've had a bunch of people that went through the ACT program, and then they'll be in for X amount of time and then they fall out. You know, why someone would fall out of the system for everything that I provide for 29 bucks a month blows my mind. But there are people that fall out. You know, they don't want that cheap insurance, knowing that I'm going to be there every week for them for anything they run into. That is the cheapest insurance policy you're ever going to buy for your business. But
This is a
anyway,
lot more insurance, John. This is the stuff that's up to date, current, and cutting edge.
yeah, you think? But anyway, so there's a ton of people over the years. I've been doing this for, you know, over 10 years. So I got a pretty good sized database of people that are not active. So the email that I'm going to send out, it's not just going to go to the active Dominators. That's going to go to all of them. I'm going to put the opt-in for the beta test inside the members area that members log into to get access to. Are you guys kind of following the? And in the email,
Nice.
in the email where they log in, it's going to give them the link. Hey, log into the membership area and sign up to be a beta tester. Now, right below that, it's going to say, if your login access doesn't work, go ahead here. It just means your credit card had expired. You just need to reactivate. How many people?
Rascal.
How many people do you think I'm going to re-engage in the next couple of days? It's going to be
right there, John. I want to learn how to get them to reactivate, because I mean, I've got people whose credit cards stopped activating on me, and I number one, I'd love to learn how to learn that trick from you, and I'm pretty well that.
Well, here's something too. Are you using authorized.net?
I think it's authorized.net. I'm using oh gosh, what's her name? Barbara. So
Barbara. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're using the same.
Okay, call her. She has a way to automatically scrape, like if a credit card expires, she has a way to activate an auto scrape program. And I think it costs you like $25 or 25 cents. It costs, like, if a credit card expires, it costs you 25 cents to have the system scrape it, update it, so it never fails.
Okay.
Ask her about that. It's a really cool thing.
I will, because yeah, that's the other thing. I got credit cards that are canceling now that I have monthly subscriptions like this. So yeah.
Yeah, because credit cards expire. You know, that's been a thing. I've been taking credit cards for 30 years. And, you know, that was one of Barb's biggest jobs, is calling people with expired credit cards to reactivate them. And now with Barbara's system, Barbara Cunningham, 25 cents and it's automated. So Barb's rarely on the phone calling somebody, and, you know, unless the card got declined, but not just for, not for expiration. Is
the reactivation link in the members area yet, John?
It's not. I haven't even, I mean, I'm telling you guys this on the fly. None of this is even built out, but I'm going to show you. That was going to be the demo today. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So you see how easy this is. This is not a big, ominous, daunting thing. I'm going to show you how I'm going to create this lead gen system right before your very eyes today. So Jim, you had your hand?
Yeah, I'm Tim. I just wanted to see, are you using Kartra? And if so, do you have know how to get access to the link that you can send your clients to change their credit card information?
Yeah, I have that in Kartra. You know what I mean? I know how to do
Okay.
that. It's just, yeah,
All right.
it's I have one that just as I come home again to the office and signing on here, I'm getting an email from Kartra saying, well, their subscription canceled. And I go in and find out it was 3 missed, failed billings, that it basically automatically canceled this customer. And I'm like, you didn't just pay to put a website up with me to cancel that quick within 45 days. You didn't just throw $1,000 away.
Yeah.
So, well, you have their email address and you can
Yeah,
send
I
them
do.
that.
I do. I just,
Yeah.
when he said that, I'm like, well, I would love to get it in a way that like going, hey, need to update it on your website? Well, before you do, by the way, you got to pay your bill.
Totally.
The reason your website's not updated is because you didn't pay your bill. So, but yeah,
Well,
I'll have a question for you when we get free too. I just didn't get my hand raised yet, John.
So just before we move on to that, to address that, I've been hosting customers since 1995. So I have a tremendous amount of experience with hosting websites and people not wanting to pay the bills on hosting and, all that stuff. I had one guy, he was a constant challenge. Barb was just constantly, his credit card was always not working. And he wouldn't call her back. And he sends her an email after like 3 months saying, oh, well, I'm out of the country. I won't be back for 2 more months. So she came to me and she said, here's the deal. This guy is just, I can't get him to give me a new credit card. And I said, well, let's try something. So I went into his website and I replaced the index page with, your hosting has expired. Please call this number to reactivate. And his customer started seeing that. This guy made a call from Australia while he was eating fish and chips. Right? He's in a restaurant, he's eating his fish and chips, and he's calling Barb to update the credit card. And it was just, that works really, really well. That's my best trick for getting somebody to pay their hosting bill. I
mean, with Kartra, there's got to be. I mean, again, John. I don't know it as well as you do, but I do know it very well, and I'm trying to learn tricks now to get the Kartra to communicate. So if it does do that, that I can go to a way to put their website to something like that, because it's not. I host the website on SiteGround. So it's I got to figure out a way to do exactly that. I love that idea. So yeah.
Oh, it works really, really well.
Yeah.
Teresa, you had your hand up?
I did. I never, ever, ever want to get on your wrong side, John. You are
Oh, it takes a lot.
so doggone creative. As far as the lead mining, doesn't Kartra have a bit of a problem with you're just putting emails into their system?
It does. If you import a list,
Yeah.
what will trigger it is either bad email addresses put in volume. Like, let's say you import a list, usually 5% of the list is no good.
Yeah.
So if you put in, 1,000 people, you're going to get 50 bounces in an hour. And that's going to trigger them to say, oh, you're out. We don't want that. So that's one thing. The other thing is they really don't want spam. And this is why I'm in actual talks with them, telling them what this is and how I propose to use it. And if you think about it, this is going to give me an incredible lead tool to generate Kartra affiliates. Because I can create a campaign and I can say anybody that buys Kartra through my affiliate link, I will give you the campaign to run the system. And I'll give you a system to take the leads that I can sell you for under $2 and follow up automatically with them. And like you said, you don't want to get on my bad side. I have the ability to do this in Go High Level too. I'm not sure if I want to.
I understand.
Is this going to have an affiliate aspect to it, John?
It will. I just haven't got that far yet. This is truly a beta rollout. This is truly beta.
I just got it.
A completely beta rollout. So, but yeah, you know me. I mean, everything's got an affiliate thing. We will get that worked in. So, pretty cool stuff. But let's talk about, like, this is a product creation. What I'm going through with you guys here is a product out of thin air, a lead generation system out of thin air, a way for me to get people to resubscribe to my services out of thin air. So this is all purely about opportunity. Like, I am the most opportunistic feeder fish in the ocean. If I see food, I'm going to eat it. Right? And this has just opened my eyes to a big old opportunity here that's very easy for me to collect a lot of fish to eat real fast. So Tim, you had your hand up still, or we already cover you?
No, there's one thing I was trying to figure out this week and I wasn't sure, and Kartra, and wondering if you could do it, and it'd probably be good for everybody to know. So I have this week, I finally have to do, well, this month I have to do my affiliate payouts. And I know I do it with, some people have it with PayPal. I know you mail us checks when we do it with you.
Yeah.
But is Kartra automated that when I fill it out to pay it, that it connects it and makes PayPal take that money and transfer it? Or do I have to manually then go to PayPal to send that money to them?
Okay, it can do automated payments. I really don't recommend it though.
No, it's not automated. I have to trigger it to do it, but I triggered it in Kartra, but I keep watching to see if the money's come out of the account to pay it. And I keep monitoring my PayPal account and I don't see it going out to the people who sent it.
Yeah, for it to actually auto pay, you have to set that setting inside Kartra. But again, I would not recommend that.
Okay.
Because it's, unless you're going to totally monitor it anyway, and if you are, you might as well do manual payments to begin with. I want total control out of outgoing money out of an automated system. Believe me, it's
so
not
yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah. So my question in that is when you say manual, I have to go into my PayPal account and type in send to John Limbacher $600. Yeah.
Correct. You can also do what's called a batch list upload into PayPal. And it's like a text file. You just put all the people that are getting paid, how much, you upload it, and then it does a mass pay.
Okay.
So you can do that. If you have a bunch of them in PayPal, that's an easy way to do it. But I would definitely take control of that yourself.
Yeah, I think mine's control because, as I said, I go in every day and I've noticed, like, I thought I had it set up till once I triggered it in Kartra, it would automatically pay, but it's not.
No.
All right. Yeah.
It only does that if it's on 100% autopilot, which again, I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
So, and the reason that I don't do the PayPal is just because they robbed me. You know, they stole over $13,000 from us. And it was so lucky on my part of when they did it. They did it on the 2nd of the month. And on the 1st of the month, I had just paid out all my affiliates. So if I hadn't done that, if they would have taken it on the 31st instead of the 2nd, they would have taken all the money that I was due to pay all my affiliates. They would have taken it all. I guarantee you. They wouldn't have left me a penny. And that was that month, that was almost a $50,000 affiliate payout month.
Yeah.
So instead of
John,
getting,
what was the rationale?
instead of getting 13,000, they would have got 63,000.
Wow.
So it was just so lucky on my part that,
And, you know, and I'm thinking as I grow this, John, that I may go to what you do is just then go into my bank and manually send them a check.
yeah,
You know,
it's not that difficult to do. It's as easy to do that. Like I use Chase Auto Pay.
okay, yeah, I use Chase too, and I've used the auto pay, yeah.
And
Okay.
you just go in, you click the people, you can do it as a mass payment. You just put the dollar amount in each one and hit send. It's just that easy.
Okay, thanks, John, I appreciate that, so.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Roger, did you throw something out at me there?
I did. Sorry about that. What was their rationale? I know that they freeze money when people get spikes, unusual spikes of income. But what was their rationale for your business?
Their rationale was an absolute 100% scam. And I am in a lawsuit against them right now. It's in an arbitration case, a mass arbitration, because they put out a little email that everybody had to click to accept if you wanted to continue using PayPal like 4 or 5 years ago, that says you will not enter into a what do they call that when it's a mass lawsuit against them? Mass litigation.
Class
Action.
Class action.
Class
Yeah.
action.
So they put out that no one is allowed to enter into a class action suit against them, which I don't see how that's legal to begin with. But anyway, we got around that by a mass arbitration suit against them. And I'm part of that mass arbitration suit right now. Hopefully it will come out in our favor. But there's absolutely no recourse unless you hire attorneys and go up against their multi-million-dollar attorneys. They wouldn't even tell me. They wouldn't even talk to me. It was crazy. When I called in to find out what happened to my $13,000, they said, "Oh, well, your account's been closed." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I get that, but why?" And they said, "Well, it's a legal matter. We can't talk to you about that." And I said, "Well, who do I need to talk to?" And they said, "Well, you would have to talk to our legal department." And I said, "Okay, what's their phone number?" And he said, "Well, I can give you their phone number, but they won't talk to you without a subpoena." And I'm just like, excuse me? That was the process that I went through. So I called the state district attorney and I got them to send a letter on my behalf, and PayPal responded back to them with a generic form letter that said, "We have closed the account and taken the money as a fine for a fine for I don't even remember the wording, but basically it was a fine for going against their their terms of use policy. It was illegal terms of use, and no explanation of what that means or what the violation was or anything. And they knew damn good and well that that was all the district attorney needed to drop it. So the district attorney got back to me and said, "Well, we've taken it as far as we can. You would have to hire a private legal representation to take it any further." So it's a complete scam. It's a complete ripoff.
You know, I know people, you know, in Philadelphia and Jersey, John, that we can just find out who their legal team is, and you know, shall we say, you know, visit down by the docks. Yeah.
Well, ultimately, I did get an answer directly out of them from hiring an attorney on my own, and the answer was that the violation was, what was it? It was the violation. I forget how they phrased it, but it was basically unfounded claims. And it's almost like an FTC violation of me making claims that are not true, which I guarantee you there is not anything that I have claimed on any of my pages that is not true. I am very uber like protective over that because I know what the FTC will do about false claims. But anyway, that's their claim, that I made false claims on the website, and the fine just happened to be $13,000 and some odd dollars and some odd cents that happened to be in my account. That's how much the fine was. Like, I find that kind of interesting, that that's the amount of the fine, right? It's like, whatever you have, that's how much the fine is. So I just won't work with them. I won't do it. So everybody said, yeah, just
I never leave
another
any
account and
PayPal account, period.
yeah, they said, just open up another account and then you can pay your affiliates. And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you bite me once like that, that's all you get. So, and I got to tell you, I had been hearing about this for years. I had heard this from a lot of different marketers. And my thought was, yeah, well, what'd you do to deserve that? That was my underlying thought of, yeah, I know you guys, what'd you do? And now I realize they probably didn't do anything. So bad on me for thinking that way. But all right, Ahmed.
Hello,
Hi,
how are you guys?
Good.
Coming to you live from the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee.
I see that.
I'm sitting in the car actually just so I can get reception. Otherwise, the mountains forget it. I love what you were talking about today, and I will reach out to you personally on a private note that I wanted to start working with you on trying to develop the rest of my marketing,
Okay.
protocols and funnels and so forth that I have in mind, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sure.
All right, thank you.
No problem. All right, so I think we got all the questions answered for the time being. So let's jump into the first piece of creating a marketing campaign. Comes down to copy, headlines. I use ChatGPT and I've been getting phenomenal results. And everybody's asked me how I'm doing it. And it's with the prompts. I keep telling everybody, you have to have a very, very detailed prompt to get it to understand what you want. So I want to share the screen here and show you how I did my prompt for this thing and what it gave me. So this right here is my prompt. How many of you are writing a prompt that looks like this? Or are you writing one or two sentences? So Richard is, he's figured it out. So here's the prompt that I wrote. I'm telling it what it is here. You are an internet marketing professional running an agency called Internet Dominators, serving small businesses. You provide online marketing tools, education, and online marketing services, including web development, creation of automated marketing funnels, and organic website traffic services like search engine optimization. Being very specific. I'm not assuming it knows what SEO is. I'm telling it very specifically here what it is, what it's doing. I say, you have come to the realization from years of experience that the biggest frustration and hurdle for small businesses is their inability to generate high quality leads. With that in mind, you have developed a cutting-edge AI-based technology to gather data from the internet, telling you who is looking for what through real-time searches taking place in the major search engines. Being very specific in my training this thing of what it is and what it does and what it knows. People running these searches are referred to as prospects. These type of prospects that run searches online are the most likely to purchase products based on their intent of their search behaviors. Again, I'm not assuming that it knows this. I'm telling it what I want it to know. And then it will gather data all around that. But I'm being very specific in my training it of what I want. Your new technology can identify these prospects and deliver them in real time at the exact time they were searching for what they want. This is the best time to show up in front of them and gives you the highest chance of grabbing their attention and turning them into a customer by showing them how your product or service will deliver their desired outcome and give them exactly what they want. Does this kind of sound like the ACT training? I'm training it on ACT. You are working with an automated marketing campaign builder called Kartra to create an integration that will import these hot leads in real time and automatically reach out to introduce you and your offerings to them through email or SMS. This is the ultimate dream come true scenario for small business owners, as it delivers them the best leads on the planet and automatically reaches out to start creating a relationship with them to gain their trust and give them the desired outcome they're looking for and turn them into a customer. It will be almost like you are reading their mind and magically showing up in front of them, like the forces of the universe are working to get them exactly what they want through the law of attraction. One of the best parts is you can deliver these leads for under $2 each. Most people are used to paying way more than that for nothing more than expensive clicks that never actually turn into a lead that can be followed up with, unless they happen to opt into their website. So I've got the us and the them and the their kind of mixed up here, but it gets the point. This new technology is like buying opt-ins with full prospect data for follow-up with the best leads available. Let's see. Now, based on all of this information, I would first like you to come up with an appropriate name for this new service, and then write me a short yet very compelling email to introduce this service to all my current prospects and customers in my database to see who would be interested in beta testing this new system of lead generation. The call to action will be to click the link below and sign up to be a beta tester and be one of the first business owners to gain access to this game-changing technology. That was my prompt. That's a lot to chew, but I was very specific about what I want this thing to do and what I want it to know to do it. If you're not creating prompts like this, you're probably not getting the same results I'm getting. The results that came out of this, yes, it said everything I wanted to say, but it said it in a way that it would have taken me a week to come up with it. And it did this in the amount of time that I could just write that generic box of here's what I got, here's what it's going to do for you, here's what I want you to do next. So the subject is your gateway to game-changing lead generation. Dear prospect, I hope this email finds you well. That doesn't really come in my voice, so I might change that a little bit. And that your business is thriving. As a valued member, like I might just start it right here. As a valued member of our Internet Dominator family, I'm excited to share with you an exclusive opportunity that has the potential to transform the way you generate leads and grow your business exponentially. So I'd just wipe that first sentence out. This one's a spectacular opener. Introducing, and then it didn't really give me the name of the service like I asked for, so I'm probably going to have to go back and work on that one. But it put service name here, the powerhouse of real-time lead generation. We understand that one of the biggest challenges you face as a small business owner is capturing high-quality leads. So right here, I'm talking to what's keeping them up at night, right? After years of experience and extensive research, we have developed a cutting-edge AI-based technology. AI is hot right now. So when they think, oh, God, AI will generate leads for me, that's going to be a trigger. That revolutionizes lead generation. Who's not going to want that? Our new service taps into incredible potential of real-time searches happening across major search engines to identify prospects actively looking for products or services like yours. Here's how it works. Our proprietary system captures data from the internet in real time, pinpointing individuals who are demonstrating a strong intent to purchase based on their search behavior. These prospects are at the peak of their buying journey, making it the perfect moment to present your offering and address their needs directly. By harnessing the power of this technology, we can deliver these hot leads to you in real time, increasing your chances of converting them into loyal customers. That's sounding pretty damn good, right? It's said in a basic manner. It's not using any, any slang or anything that's not going to be understood. Unleash the potential of automated marketing campaigns with Kartra integration. So now it's given them another bullet. To make this process even more seamless, we have partnered with Kartra, a leading automated marketing campaign builder. With our integration, you can effortlessly import these hot leads directly into your Kartra account and automatically reach out to them through personalized email or SMS campaigns. Imagine the power of introducing yourself and your offering to prospects at the exact moment they're actively searching for solutions. It's like reading their minds and magically showing up when they need you most. Affordable, and again, it's giving you the bullets here and this is what keeps people reading. If you don't have these little things that grabs their eye to keep them to read, you lose them. So this thing knows the structure of creating copy, good copy. Affordable, high quality leads at your fingertips. Again, that's an attention grabber. We understand that obtaining quality leads at reasonable cost is crucial for your business's success. That's why we are thrilled to share that our new lead generation service is available at an unbeatable rate. For under $2 per lead, you can access prospects who are genuinely interested in what you have to offer. Gone are the days of expensive clicks that never convert or rely solely on website opt-ins. Our technology delivers opt-ins with comprehensive prospect data for effective follow-up, all while keeping your budget intact. Then we got another headline: join the beta testing program today. As a valued member of our community, we would like to extend an exclusive invitation for you to be amongst the first business owners to beta test this groundbreaking lead generation system. By signing up as a beta tester, you will gain early access to this game-changing technology, positioning your business ahead of the competition. Don't miss out on this opportunity to revolutionize your lead generation strategy and witness the incredible results firsthand. Click the link below to sign up as a beta tester and secure your spot. And then we got the link, and then we have limited spots available. So it's putting some scarcity in here. I didn't tell it to do this, but it says we have limited spots available for this exclusive opportunity. So make sure you act fast. Together, we can harness the forces of the universe to bring you the exact customers you desire while building long-lasting relationships based on trust and delivering exceptional outcomes. Thank you for your continued support and belief in our services. We look forward to embarking on this exciting journey with you, taking your business to new heights. So that's what it gave me. That's some pretty good copy, in my opinion. Yeah, there might be a couple little tweaks that I might make to it. But then I put down here another prompt. What copy would you use on a squeeze page to get prospects to opt in to test this $2 lead generation system as a beta user? This copy should be short, to the point, with a compelling headline, and then a short blurb to get them to opt in to be a beta tester. Also include the takeaway that this is for active Dominator members only, And that if your membership has expired, here is a link to reactivate for just $29.97 per month to get access to this incredible system, along with all the other benefits of being a Dominator, like full access to the ACT Marketing Protocol training system. And let's not forget that you get to take John Limbacher home with you as you get full access to his weekly mentoring and support calls. This brings the ongoing help you need right into your home or office. So that was my second prompt. Again, it's got the unlock the future of lead generation, be a beta tester today. As an active Dominator member, we have an exclusive opportunity for you to step into the future of lead generation. Become a beta tester for our groundbreaking $2 lead generation system and revolutionize the way you attract high quality prospects. Here's what you'll gain. I would say here's what you get as a beta tester. Real-time hot leads. Our AI-powered technology captures prospects actively searching for products like yours in real time, putting you in front of them when they need you most. Seamless integration. Import these hot leads into your Kartra account, effortlessly launching personalized email or SMS campaigns to nurture and convert them into loyal customers. Unbeatable affordability. For under $2 a lead, you'll access high quality prospects, breaking free from the expensive clicks that never convert. It's lead generation on a budget. But wait, there's more. It threw in the Ginsu knife there, but wait, there's more. This exclusive beta testing opportunity is available for active Dominator members only. If your membership has expired, reactivate it for just $29.97 per month to unlock access to this incredible lead generation system. That's not all. As an active Dominator, you also enjoy full access to the ACT Marketing Protocol training system, Master the Art of Marketing, and discover proven strategies to skyrocket your business growth. Weekly mentoring and support calls with John Limbacher. Take John's expertise home or to your office, receiving ongoing guidance and support to overcome any obstacles. Don't miss out on this chance to gain an unfair advantage in lead generation. Opt in now to be a beta tester and shape the future of your business. Opt-in button. Remember, spots for beta testers are limited, so act fast. Together, we'll dominate the online marketing world and propel your business to new heights. So that's what I pulled out of ChatGPT with 2 prompts. Now, given they're pretty industrial strength prompts, it wasn't a one-liner. But I don't have to change that too much. I mean, a lot of this, most of this, I can just copy and paste this stuff. But like here, this is the one, this is the copy here for the sales page.
It looks like they didn't put in the link for upgrading or rejoining.
Well, they didn't. They wouldn't know what that link is.
No, I know. I'm just as a placeholder. I didn't want you to miss that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it says insert opt-in button here.
Yeah, that's the opt-in.
Oh, yeah.
For people that aren't active.
Gotcha. Yeah, if your membership. Yeah, right here. I'll plug it in right there. So I'm going to copy that. And then we'll go over into Kartra, and we need a couple of, actually, we need a form for this. And I'm going to put, this is going to be a little different. So I got to kind of think about this one a little bit. I'm going to actually put this form inside the ACT program. So I'm going to go inside my membership and show you how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to edit the membership. So this is the actual membership system that I created for the ACT program inside here. So you go to launch the builder. It's on the contents tab. So we're going to launch the builder, and I'm going to just create a new page for this, and I'm going to put it under resources. So under the resources tab, I could actually put it on the bonuses, but I want an actual new page for it. So I'm going to go down here, and these are all the pages. You can see how this is laid out. There's a quick start, and then we go right into analysis, and then it's got all the lessons for analysis. Then we've got creation and all the lessons for creation, and then traffic, all the traffic lessons. But then under resources, let's see, we can add another tab here. And I'm going to call this $2 leads. Okay, save that. And then under resources, you'll see we've got $2 leads now. So I'm going to go. $2 leads. Okay, so it actually changed that. I think this is a new thing. Let's see if I can put it. Oh, I know what I got to do. No, that's not right. Okay. I can see. I built this system. This is what I'm fighting with here is I built this system like 2 years ago, and Kartra has recently updated their hierarchy of how they set these up. So instead of that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go add it to the resources tab. So I'm going to save that. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to resources. It's got this thing. Got this thing all messed up. This is not a good tutorial.
Yeah, John, you'll find every month I go, I realize they tweak something and moved it. And, yeah.
Add a sub. Okay. I guess it wants subcategories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all resources. And then I'm going to add another subcategory.
The beta testing.
That is $2.
I want my $2.
$2 leads. Okay. If my logic is correct, this is going to work. All right. So now we have all resources. So I didn't lose all the stuff that I had on there. Let's hope for the best here. I guess I got.
If you did lose it, John, all right, you can X out of this without saving it, and it will not have changed it.
Yeah, that's probably what I will do here.
Yeah. No, it doesn't get away. Yeah, you don't want to save it, so you're gonna have to basically shut your.
I just go back to the home button. That's how to get out without saving it.
Yeah.
All right. Now that I have that piece of information under my belt. We'll try it again.
It makes me feel so much better that you're having problems too.
Yeah. Well, it's nice too, because I have a base knowledge level of what all, oh, it just saved it. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to go re-add that stuff. All right, well, let's go to the $2 leads page anyway. Okay, so we got $2 leads here. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to add a new post here. That's called beta tester. Okay, so we're going to put that in the resources under $2 leads. I'll just have to go and find that other stuff that it's in here somewhere. I didn't lose it. But we'll put a headline in there. And then we'll put some text. And in the text, we're going to just paste our copy out of ChatGPT. Then I can update that. Go back to ChatGPT and I can get the headline. Copy that. Okay, so now we should have our page here. So we're going to save that progress. I'm going to open up another Kartra window.
That is one thing I don't like about Kartra is if you accidentally open two windows, it pops up with, this window is open somewhere else.
Yeah, if you open the same one.
But then going through the 92 tabs you have open to figure out where it is the problem.
Yeah, that could be a problem. All right, so one thing about this, we're going to create a form, and we're also, you need to create a form, you've got to have pages. So it's kind of like, you get the cart before the horse thing. So I'm going to also open up a tab for forms. So I'm going to create a form, but to create a form, I have to create a page. So I'm basically going to just do that at the same time. And to do that, I'm just going to copy and clone a page. Just going to see if I can find one that's. Okay, so here's one that is appropriate. And there's the thank you page for it. So I'm just going to clone this page. And I'm going to call it $2 leads. Thank you. So you'll see how all this stuff ties together here in a minute. But now we've got a thank you page. Obviously, this is for $2 leads. So I'm going to just change. Thank you for becoming a beta tester. Okay. And then I'm just going to publish this. You need to publish this so it's active for your form. So I just need this up so I can create the form. So I'm just going to name the page $2 TY for thank you. All right. So that page is now active. Now I can go to the forms. And I'm going to create a new form. And I'm going to call this $2 leads beta. So what the form is going to do, it's going to give me a place that people could opt in to become a beta tester. It's going to add them to a list, and it's also going to give me a tag for them, or I'll give it a tag. So all I need here for the beta testers is first name and email. And then if you want more information, you can add any information you want here. You can go from existing stuff, like if you want their phone number, you can put phone without or phone with country code. If you want their address or, you know, any of this stuff. You can also create custom fields. Like if you want custom information, you can create a custom field and it actually becomes part of the database, which is really cool. So I'm just going to add the privacy policy. As we respect your privacy, your data will not be shared or sold. So that just added that line to the form. So that's good. I'm going to save that. I'm going to go next. Now, I just want a single opt-in, not getting fancy here. Now, see here, it wants a success page. So this is where it's going to be a Kartra page. Oh, I wonder what site I did. That's probably on Internet Dominators. Maybe it's no particular site. There it is. So that's our $2 leads. Thank you. That's our success page. That's the page it's going to forward you to after you sign up. Okay, we're going to save and next. Now it wants to know, do we want a welcome message here? If you want to send a welcome email, I usually do that, but for the sake of this, I'm going to come back and do it later so you guys don't have to sit through watching me write an email. But next, I'm going to go to automations. I want to assign a tag so I can follow up with everybody. So here, I'm going to go, yes, let's assign a tag. I don't have the tag set up already, so I'm going to create a new tag. And the name of this tag is going to be $2 lead beta tester. Okay, and then you can put this into a group like that. That would be in my Internet Dominator group of tags. And then you create. Okay, so I'm going to assign that tag and do add. Going to save it. So any lead that comes through this form, it's going to add that tag to it. You can also have it put them on a list. Now, most people that are in here, they're already going to be on a list of mine, but you can see that you can add them to a list. I'm just going to put the Dominator family list here, because that would be the one they're already on anyway. But if anybody kind of gets in here by accident, which I don't see how they could, because they have to go through the membership to get to it, they will just, if they don't have that tag for some reason, they'll get it. And then here you can subscribe them to sequences. Like if you want to do an ongoing follow-up, all I really want to do here is I just want to generate the leads so I can get them beta testing. So I don't need a follow-up sequence to this. All the follow-up will be done manually. I'm just generating the leads. Now it wants to know if you're going to use this form in a Kartra page or if you're going to embed it on your website. So for me, I'm going to use it in a Kartra page. So I'll take that. If I were going to embed it on my website, I would click here, and then it has a launch the builder so you can actually create the form to go on your website. But again, we're just going to use it in the Kartra page, so we don't need to really go through that. And we can put it in Kartra memberships. Oh, this is just showing that you can put it in any of these pages. So we're going to actually use it in our membership. So, and that is pretty much it. So our thank you page is done. Our form is done. We can go back here now and we can add the form. So we can add an opt-in form here. Then we select the form. Oh, you know what? We created the form after we refreshed this page. So we're going to have to probably save. I might have to save an exit before this is going to let me do it. Yeah. It's because we just created that form. So I'm going to have to save and exit this. Then we'll go and refresh this. And hopefully that form should be in here now. Yeah, our $2 leads beta form. All right. So it should be there. Okay, so we're going to go back to the $2 leads page. And we want to drop a form in there. Let's have it this time. $2 leads. All right. So it was just a matter, it just needed to be refreshed. Here you can pick the color. Like if you want the color of the button, I've got a palette here of my standard colors. So I'm just going to use the blue color. And there's our form. So we might want to put a headline above that form. All right. It doesn't like tester, but that's all right. So now we have a form on there. And we can save and exit this. Now let's see if it works. All right, so I'm going to the live site now. And I am logged in as somebody different. I have a complex system here. Okay, here's what I missed. Access levels. Since we just created a new post, see this $2 leads beta tester, we have to give it access to the different levels. This is really a cool thing. Like some of you are seeing this Kartra for the first time. There's a lot of pieces to it behind the scenes. I was logged in as an apprentice. See over here, it's got the apprentice tab. And I can go in there. So that tells me I have 3 different levels here. And the reason it wasn't showing the tab was I didn't activate it on the apprentice level. So I just went in here. Every piece of content that you add, you can toggle it on or off for whichever level. Like people that are on the standard level, they're paying so much a month. people on the apprentice level, they're paying so much a month and they get access to more stuff. I also have a reseller level for my resellers, and they get access to certain stuff. Like you'll see on the, where is it? On the reseller program, I give access to a lot more stuff in that category. So anyway, we should be set now because we put the $2 leads on all levels. The other thing here, you can manage the posts that are locked, and you can actually put on there to show it but not give access, or you can show it and make it clickable, and when they click it, it'll pop up a window that says you don't have access to this membership at this level, click here to upgrade, which that's a really cool feature. The Kartra membership thing is absolutely amazing. I'll probably do a full training just on that one of these days. So anybody that wants to do a membership site will be able to see how that all works. All right, so now under resources, you see we've got the $2 leads page. And we've got our form. So I'm going to check off the required boxes. And I'm going to opt in and see what happens. Takes us to our beta. All right. Awesome. Now, obviously, I have to change this to match the beta. But if I go back in here into communications, and I look at the tags, and I see the $2 lead tag, I'll see that I've got 2 users. So Tim signed up and I signed up. Now I can see, also I can see Tim's on 7 of my lists. He's in 2 of my sequences, and he's got 15 tags attached. So you can see, like when you see your leads in here, I'll be able to tell all the people that opt in for this. And I'll also be able to communicate with them, because I can go over the communication tab and I can do a broadcast, and I can set up a brand new broadcast in here called beta testers.
Beta teasers.
Beta teasers.
Oh, I would have left it that way, John.
Just went in and signed up, John. It works.
Beta
Yeah, I know. I while he was doing it, I signed it up, Richard, because I knew exactly what he was doing, and I knew I was going to be the second he went back, he was going to see my name. Now I know what lists of his I'm on.
All right, so now you got send email. So I can pick in here if I want to use Kartra mail, or if I'm afraid of the spam factor, then I would use SendGrid. So I can set these mails up. Like I can guarantee you, when I get these hot leads coming into Kartra, they're not going to go through my Kartra mail. They're going through SendGrid. That way, if there's a problem, I have a problem with SendGrid, not Kartra. I do not want a problem with my Kartra mail. So I'll save that. And then I go on to recipients. And here's where I can say has tag from Internet Dominators, $2 leads. And now I can see a couple more of you signed up already. So this is going to send to 4 people. There's 4 people with the beta tester tag now. And then I can say save and next. And now I can do a single email. I can go over here and I can turn my rich email on, and I can go to one of my templates. And I can drop a template email in there that looks like it came from me. You guys are probably familiar with seeing that. Subject. Beta testers. And you guys are going to get this. You'll be the only ones that get
Wait,
this.
yeah, but I was gonna say after we get it, go back. You'll be able to go back and show them how through analysis how many people opened it.
Yeah,
the email, because I'll open it right away.
And here it goes. It's sending out 4 recipients. So that's how easy it is to go in and manually communicate with people that just signed up for a list that you created based on a tag. So, and I know that if you guys have not done this before and you have not ever worked with a system like this, that what you just saw probably just overwhelmed the living shit out of you. and I get that. But this is a system that actually runs, it's a very sophisticated system that will run an entire online business. Like if you want to run an online business selling digital materials, memberships, anything to do with billing clients and communicating with them, this is an incredibly powerful system. It is worth a little bit of your time to get familiar with it and learn how to use it. There's nothing about it that's difficult. The only thing that's overwhelming is you're seeing a lot of pieces to a puzzle here that you have never seen before and you're not familiar with it. But nothing that I just did could be construed as difficult. The only thing would be finding where it all is and what sequence to put it together. So this is a really cool system. Now,
Oh, it's on the analytics now. Yeah.
so in the analytics, now we can see the broadcasts. And we want to look at,
It should be right at the bottom of that. It should be all broadcast. Yeah.
no particular broadcasts. Oh, there it is, beta testers. So there's 7 recipients. 2 of you actually opened the email.
Yep, it's here, John.
So you just opened one, so we might have 3 now.
Yeah, now you have 4.
4. So you can actually see people opening your emails.
And you can click that. You can tell when someone says, well, I didn't get the email. That's the first place I go check. And I'm able to see if they opened it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, you opened it on Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if there's other stuff attached, like you've got goals or revenue, it'll actually show you how much money you made from that email, which is really cool.
Well, you have a click into it. So, but
usually most of these emails that I'm sending out is just for the support call stuff. I don't send a lot of sales emails out, but when you do, it'll actually show you your stats there. If you go into,
even at the front page of Kartra, John, it'll show you your most recent. Mine shows the most recent broadcast.
Oh, if you just go to the front page of Kartra,
the very front page, see recent broadcasts.
Yeah.
And it shows you 761, and the ones because you had a link into it, which was the Zoom call.
Yep.
Clicked it.
Yeah. And then it also shows you your sales. Like for this month, we're 8 days in. We've got 25,000 in revenue and 13,000 net profit, which means the difference there is going out to affiliates. So people are making some money off of my stuff. And you can do this on products too. You can go to product analytics. And if you go to, like, let's move this we'll go to all time. We'll see this Kartra account has run $1.6 million through it. And if you remember last year around December, I said I was declining because I was playing with the boat and I really wasn't doing much when we did our year-end thing. Well, in March, I started turning it around and I started talking about that. And you can see my sales and stuff they're back on the climb. So I'm climbing back out of the hole. I still not going to give up playing with the boat, but but cool stuff. So you can manage everything from within here, your products, your affiliates, your analytics. I've got a whole bunch of products in here. I create products, like a reseller program. That was something everybody asked for. They said, do you have a reseller program? Sure, I do. Let me just put that together for you.
Wasn't that the white label version you were talking about with me?
There is white label for a bunch of different stuff in there. Yeah.
Because you were telling me with what I'm doing, I should white label what you do to offer it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do it through there. I've got the apprenticeship. I've got SEO booster. I've got webmaster services, speed optimization, the 3 levels of site pop, seminars at sea. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. These are just,
John,
these
you
are
have
just
them labeled at the
products
bottom
I've,
with Z. What is that?
what's that?
You have them labeled at the bottom with Z. Is that like old?
That's what I do. I put them on a Z because that takes them out of here.
Yeah.
It puts it in alphabetical order up here. So basically those are ones I don't use regularly. So they're way over here.
Okay.
It's just to keep me from having to scroll to find them. So we've even got ACT and Espanol.
Yeah, I've seen that in my affiliates. I see that that's one of the ones I can offer.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have Spanish speaking people, you can sell them the ACT. It's all converted to Spanish, fully functional. We've got our crypto club. We've got the internet dominators, we've got consulting, all kinds. I mean, you can literally make any product you want out of thin air with this thing. If it's a membership, if it's a download, like you could make an ebook, you could sell an ebook, and you've got basically the run through is this is products tab. You've got communications where in the communication tabs, this is where you find your leads, your lists, and your tags under here. Oh, and you'll see that this is what Tim
That's what I was talking about. Yeah. And now you got to figure out which tab it's under that you have it open.
Yeah, it's under this one. Oh, that's probably under that one. So we'll just kill that one off since it's already open. So here you got your tags, and that we had that open because I was showing you. And let's see.
And if you refreshed it now, your $2 leads would go to 7. Yeah. And this is just, or 8, you know, right? So somebody else signed up.
So you can see I just created a lead generation system here, and it's attracting leads. Imagine that, right? But then you've got, okay, so after that, you've got communications, and this is where you can do your broadcasts, which is what I just did. I sent an email out to the people that had signed up and had that tag. You can also do sequences. A sequence is an automated thing. Like most of you are probably used to the word autoresponder. That's what a sequence is. It's an autoresponder. Anybody that gets added to a sequence gets into an auto response sequence, and they will get emails based on your criteria. You can say, send this email this day, send the second email 3 days later, send the third one on April Fool's Day, send them something funny on April Fool's. That way it doesn't matter when they signed up, they're just going to get that one on April Fool's Day. You can do all kinds of really cool stuff with the sequences. And then automations, this is where you can create an automation. And all an automation is, it's an if-then statement. So you could say, like, say somebody's in a sequence and you're trying to sell them something. And what I always do in the sequence, at the very end, I probably shouldn't tell you guys this. At the very end of the sequence, I'll have what I call a Hail Mary. And the Hail Mary is a discount offer. And it's usually a substantial discount offer. But the problem is, I don't want somebody that bought on the third email to then see, oh shit, he just discounted the hell out of this thing. I paid full price and now they're pissed. So what I'll do is, if there's a Hail Mary offer, or even if there's not, as soon as the person purchases, I create a purchase tag for that product. And then I create an automation that says, if the purchase tag is applied, remove the prospect from the sequence and add them to the fulfillment sequence. This is the sequence of emails they get after they've purchased a product to show them how to consume it, how to get the most out of it. So that's what an automation is. It's a, if they did this, then we do that. So if they purchased, let's assign a new tag. Let's take them out of the sequence. Let's add them to the fulfillment sequence. You can have an unlimited number of actions on an automation. So that's all under the communications tab. You've got analytics as well, where you can see your leads, your lists, your broadcasts, and your sequences. You can also have a cart abandonment sequence. Like if somebody adds your product to the cart and they don't check out, you can fire a sequence based on that reminds them, hey, you know, you didn't finish your checkout. Item's still in your cart. I know you want it. Here's the link to come back and finish your purchase. Or you can go into a follow-up sequence addressing common objections. Like, hey, you know, we get it. You probably bugged out because you didn't want to pay the shipping. We have a free shipping offer through the weekend. You know, here's a button to order without paying the shipping. So whatever your objections are, it gives you a chance in the sequence process to overcome the objections of why they didn't make the purchase when they got all the way to the shopping cart. They showed intent. You know, maybe they were just looking for the price and maybe the price was too high. That's where you can throw a Hail Mary on the end of the campaign. If you can't get them to purchase at your desired price, give them one last opportunity to make the purchase. And
John,
then you guys,
John, I was told there's workflows in here. Is that what you're talking about? Because big thing about that they make on high level is they have workflows. And I was talking to my wife who got out of Kartra because getting spacing on the pages is really difficult in Kartra, but I think she's more sensitive to that than I am. But she said there's actually workflows in Kartra, and I've never seen that. And it sounds like you're describing one, but
all of this is a workflow. They just call stuff different things. They call the same thing different things in high level and in Keep, and everybody's got their own language. Like it took me a while. I'm still not used to the Kartra language. When I go under communications, you know, I'm sequences that just, you know, that throws me off every time. It's an autoresponder. Why not call it what it is? You know, they all have to create their own language inside here, and you just have to learn their language. But yeah, there's all kinds of whatever you just called that thing.
workflows.
Workflows.
So how would you say when you say,
well, campaign is a perfect example of a workflow. If you go into campaigns, once you've created something, you can go in here and you can add, like my Site Pop webinar. A lot of people ask me for that blueprint. So what I did, I came in here and I created a campaign, which is a workflow. And I can download that to anyone's account. I can share this. Like I could literally send this right into your account. I just have to do next, and then I can transfer this campaign to any Kartra user. Like all I would need is your Kartra name, and I could send this right into your account.
Send it on over, John.
What's your username?
Tim@timgillette.com.
No, your Kartra username, not the email.
Oh, you can do Kartra email. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can, we'll give it a try. So what was it, Tim?
Tim@timgillette.com. Yeah.
One T?
Two T's, two E's. Yeah, two T's. Yeah, Gillette.
All right, that look right?
Yep. See if it goes.
All right, you will find that in your account. And then what you'll find is this thing, you can view the assets. So what it is, there's 8 pages, there's 7 tags, there's 3 products, there's 2 lists, 2 forms, 2 sequences, 1 membership, 1 video, 1 help desk. So there is a lot of work that went into putting all these pieces together and linking them and tying them together and making sure that they all work together. So that being imported into your account, Tim, you would be able to take that and just replace out your products with mine
Yeah, I've imported it before, all right, and and have you ever done the import? You show me, it's basically on my end, it shows as a campaign available. I go in, I have to accept it still, so.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So the reason there's 8 pages is there's 3 different product sales pages. There's 3 different thank you pages. There's an opt-in page. There's a registration page for the webinar to watch the webinar sales. There's 7 tags showing me what sequence that they're at. Like maybe somebody opted in, but they never watched the webinar. They don't have the webinar tag. So I'm going to follow up with them with a sequence saying, hey, you need to still watch the webinar. There's also the cart abandonment sequence. If they get to the cart and they drop out, that's another tag that's placed that fires that sequence. Once they actually make the purchase, they get access to the membership area that delivers the products.
Yeah.
There's a video, which is the webinar. There's a help desk. There's 2 different lists. One list is a prospect list. One list is a customer list they bought. And there's 2 forms. There's one form that is an opt-in. Okay, one is an opt-in for the live webinar, and one is an opt-in for the replay. So it's a very advanced sequence for doing a webinar. And it works like crazy. The first time I ran the sequence, we did $52,000 in sales off the sequence. And we ran the sequence ran out for 1 week. Like we did the live webinar on Wednesday. The first set of bonuses expired Friday night at midnight. And it's got all the triggers. It's got all the counters, all that stuff. So it expires at midnight. And then the email goes out right after it expires of, damn, you missed it. I'm really sorry you missed the bonuses, but we're going to leave half the bonuses in until Sunday night. We made a bunch of sales between Saturday and Sunday because of that follow-up. And then Sunday night, we end it and we say, sorry, you missed the bonuses, which is the free stuff that you get with it. But what we've done is we're going to extend the sale out so you can still get access to the same pricing. And we've opened up a lower version. We've opened a downsell. And then after that, after it runs out for a few more days, we figure at that point, anybody that's purchased, anybody that wanted to purchase has already purchased. So the purchase tags has taken them out of the follow-up sequence.
Congratulations.
And this is where we throw the Hail Mary.
The campaign is deployed.
This is where we'll say, okay, we get it. The price was too high. We're going to do a special thing here. We're going to lock the price in for life. And then we pick up a whole slew of them there. And we usually only leave that open for 24 hours. But it added up to $52,000 in sales in 1 week running this campaign. So this was very well thought out. It's very strategic. It's very methodical. And now Tim has it in his account. So hopefully he'll use it.
I know, I'm actually studying and looking at it now. So
yeah. But like, here's one where I promoted, another product. There was 6 assets in that one. There's act pages. I've done quite a number. Here's a membership. I think when I did the training, the training on Kartra live, I actually created this membership site and then turned it into a campaign for anybody that wanted it. The white label thing that people that buy the site pop product, I actually created a campaign that they could sell it selling it as a service for $97 a month. And anybody that wanted that, I just gave them the campaign. I said, if you open a Kartra account, use my affiliate link, I'll import the campaign for you. And you have a sales system built in place, ready to go. So
is that the same one that you just sent me, but it's done for the SEO for the site pop?
Yes, but it's not like a webinar series. It's a sales page. It's got guarantees in it. It's a really good sales system for that product.
Because yeah, in this one here, you had, it was the products that you had listed was Site Pop, as I'm opening them up and finding out.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what all these are based on, right?
Yeah, ACT program.
The thing called ACT.
Mm.
Hey, John, since you're sharing your Kartra campaign, can you send it to me as well? I'd love to reverse engineer it.
Okay, which one would you like?
The same one you sent to Tim would be great.
The webinar one.
Okay.
Webinar one, yeah.
And it's
You
the
and I
webinar-
talked about Webinar Jam and all the rest.
It's
Yeah.
the webinar. Actually, it's the web. Like the video he has in it is for the SEO for free SEO boost, the Site Pop. All right.
Cool.
So I very easily could change this and run this campaign to my audience, and then just put my affiliate links in for his products. And I very much, and Site Pop is one of the things I want to run to my people anyway. But
Yeah.
very much could run Site Pop webinar, this whole campaign to my people and sell John's Site Pop program and just use my affiliate links.
Yep. What's your email to send it to you?
It's the wealthdesign@aol.com. No space. There's no space.
Wealthdesign@aol.com. Yeah, there's no space in there.
No, now there's a comma.
You see a comma?
I saw a comma.
There's not.
All right.
Wealthdesign@aol.com.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so very much.
And that is in your account. Pretty
My
simple.
requests for those, John, will be in the email for the other, well, I'm sending you the stuff for the webinar for Edwin's website.
And I think, let me check this for any of you that are in this members area. Oh, it is under resources. I got to go figure out how to pull the resources back in. I probably have to go relabel the tags to get them in there.
John,
So,
all these brilliant people know how to program Kartra. I don't even know how to get the internet dominators because I signed up on Alignable and I'm trying to sign up for this beta tester thing. It's impossible for me. Can you help?
yes, for anybody that's on Alignable, I understand you're in a different members area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that form in there for the Alignable people as well. It's just a different membership area. So you get all the same stuff. It's just, I have to put it in two places.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I will put that in there for you. As you can see, I still have some fine tuning to do it before I really cut it loose. Like the only people that have actually seen this is you guys here, because you watched me putting the campaign together. But it's not like ready for me to send out to the world yet. I have to go in and I have to put the links in the emails and I have to just clean it up a little bit. But I wanted to show you the process that within a few minutes, I had a lead generation system up in place, ready to capture leads. So, and if you're not doing that, if you guys are not constantly thinking about ways to bring people into your sphere, you're stagnant. You're just sitting there and your business is just eroding every day. Every day you're not actively thinking about how do I get more leads and how do I nurture those leads and turn them into sales. Every day you sit on the sidelines and think I should be doing something. Your business is just eroding. And
it's funny you say that, John. Last week while I was at one of my networking things, and I gave this girl this whole idea to go get $20, you know what I mean, to create a $20 product.
Yeah.
And she's using Go High Level, and she goes, well, how do I do that? I don't understand how to do that in Go High Level. I'm like, when I told you should have got Kartra through me, I could have gone into your Kartra and done it for you today. Since it's go high level, I can't.
Well, and it's interesting because you know me, I've always got my eyes peeled on opportunity.
Yeah.
And very seldom do I actually act on any, but I act on the ones I should act on. The ones that's easy money, it takes a minimal amount of my time and effort, and it's going to bring me a good return. When those come up on the radar, they get my attention. And this one's high on my radar right now. So, and I wanted to show you how easy it is to take it from a thought. Once you've got something to sell, take it from a thought to an actual system that will generate the leads or take the leads in and turn them into prospects and into customers. It's not that difficult. Yes, it is overwhelming at first, just like anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you are told that you're going to play tennis with pro athletes and you've never picked up a tennis racket, you're going to be a little terrified, right? And then you'll take some lessons, and then next thing you know, you'll be swinging that racket like it's second nature. It's no different. Anything that we do in life the first time looks impossible. It's just the way it is. And it is impossible until you start trying it. And then you'll do it, and you'll do a very bad job of it the first time, I can almost assure you. And then
You might actually make money doing a bad job at it.
Yeah, I've made a lot of money doing a really shitty job of a lot of things. But the thing is, I keep doing stuff and I keep making money. And I get better every time I do it. I get better and better and better, and it gets faster and easier. And now it's effortless.
But wait a minute, John, have you ever gone, let me improve this? Then it stops making money. Like, oh crap, I got to go back to breaking it again.
I have absolutely done that. I have
go break it again.
over-engineered many things. My favorite slogan of all time is, I've been doing so much with so little for so long, I'm now qualified to do anything with nothing at all. That is my absolute favorite. But on another note, here's another opportunity that it just occurred to me the other night. I've been running a crypto club for the last year and a half or so, teaching people how to invest in crypto and how to take advantage of a massive opportunity in a disruptive market, which those opportunities don't come around very often. In fact, this is like a once in a lifetime thing that I've been sharing with this group of people. And it's a small group. It's a very small group of people that really identify with it. And I have high hopes that every one of them is going to get incredibly wealthy doing what I've taught them how to do. But what I realized was I could open that group up to a much larger audience if I opened up the sector a little bit and took the focus off of crypto and still kept crypto in it as one piece. So I'm basically relabeling it to a mastermind of money-making opportunities. And it's going to appeal to almost everybody because it's going to cover tech disruptions, not necessarily crypto itself, but that will be one of the tech disruptors that you can make a lot of money off of. It's going to talk about affiliate mailbox money. Everybody, that puts a gleam in everyone's eye. So that one's good. Investment strategies. And I know we have somebody here in the middle of our screen that is probably going to be able to contribute to that quite a bit. And then the agency model services, selling agency model services. So between those four categories, and also one more, I'm going to throw in a fifth one in there, evergreen digital product creation and memberships. And I think everybody that I'm looking at on the screen here, I bet you one of those caught your ear. So by wrapping it like that, I'm not going to get a few people in it. I'm probably going to get a whole lot of people in it. And the difference is it's just the topics will be increased on the calls. That's the only difference. The membership area is all there. The product's all there. All the pieces for me to sell it are all there. All I do is I go over to ChatGPT. I write it an incredible prompt for how do I get people interested in this? I send that out to my database. When I'm done sending it to my database, I contact all my affiliates and I say, who in your world do you think would be interested in this? And would you like to make 50% on it? So that's a full-blown plan and strategy.
How much is it to join that group?
It is, I don't even know offhand.
$1 million.
I actually have two things. Let me see. I've got a page up for it. Let me see if I can find it.
$97 a month right now. Send me the check.
This it's one of those things. I put this out like a year and a half ago and got people in and never looked back.
You violated your own, John. I'm not you didn't reevaluate, John. You validate,
And
violate
the funny,
your own rules.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I do a shitty job and I still make money because I do stuff,
And for 97, you get them all.
So here, I'll share the screen. This is the page I put up. It's basic. It is just basic. It was called the Crypto Club Mastermind. And it was $199 to get started and then $49 a month or $497 for the entire year. And again,
That's not what it says currently, John. It's like 500 to get in and 97 a month.
It shouldn't be. I mean, this is it. Let me see. Let me pull the live page up and see what we got. We'll go right into the belly of the beast. All right, let's go live. Well, that's it. Live on the internet.
It's just for you, Richard. We just have he has you tagged in the system. So when you go to the page, you have to pay that big amount.
So depending if you just want a quick hit, you can get in for $199 and $49 a month or $497 for the year. But
And how often do you meet? Weekly or?
We do this one monthly.
Monthly. Okay.
Now, if I get a bunch of people in here, like if I put this out and a bunch of people join, what I'll probably do, and what I did with this group in the very beginning, I did it weekly for the first few months because there was a lot of information to cover. All that information now has been covered and it's all up in the members area. So once we got through it all, then I went to monthly. But we could probably do this weekly because there'll be a tremendous amount of material that could be covered in here, with money-making opportunities. Because like I said, this was just one. This was just purely about crypto. And I'm not a financial advisor and I can't give financial advice technically, but I would bet any amount of money that the people that were in there and did what I told them to do will be multimillionaires before 2 years out. I would bet any amount of money on that.
Well, John, here's a little nugget for you. I'd love to get your feedback. Joan is real famous for her pendulum. Back a year before Trump was elected, her pendulum said that Hillary Clinton would win the election, but she would not be president. And we couldn't figure out why that was the case. And she has about an 80% accuracy. And she says that the switch over to XRP will not be this year, but it will be before the next election, for whatever it's worth.
Yeah.
But I think in New York, it's not, you can't do it in New York.
You can't buy it, XRP? Yeah, I can show you how to buy it.
You can on wallet, on up, was it?
Uphold.
Up, whatever it is.
Yeah, Uphold, you can buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the whole thing, I mean, I don't want to go into it here, but it's a big cover up. They don't want normal people to know what's happening or what's going to happen. But it looks to me like it's going to be the biggest transfer of wealth in human history. And whether it happens this year, next year, or the year after, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And
So if I go on there, I can join on that website you sent me.
Yeah. And
There,
actually, if anybody does it, our monthly call is today at 2:00, which is less than an hour away.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't do it today, but okay.
It'll be recorded anyway, but I'll put
What is the
link.
website again?
I will put the link in here. All right. That's the link for it. But yeah, it's some really incredible information that has been shared in there. It's, obviously it's not financial advice, but like I said, I would bet any amount of money on it. And I'm in it very, very deep myself, and I'm not a gambler. We'll just leave it at that. Not a gambler and not a fool. So I'm pretty certain. All right. Anything else? I've violated your 2-hour time frame here, so I feel bad. Anything else before we wrap up? All right, guys. Well, have a great week. Thank you all for coming on here and making the hard switch to doing things instead of just sitting on the sidelines. I get it. It's not comfortable. All right, we will see you all next week. And some
Thanks, John. Great call.
See you.
Thanks, John. Great call. See you too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.